We'll see the working of low pass filter. So this is a second order Butterworth low pass filter which is designed for a cutoff frequency of 5 kHz. Since we are going for a Butterworth filter, the pass band gain happens to be 1.586. That means the filter will going to have a gain of 1.586 in the pass band frequency. So this is there in 20 kHz, this is there in 1.7. the frequency happens to be now 1.7 kHz. We can know, okay, we'll use DSO to measure the exact frequency. Let us not measure the time period and do 1 over that. So we can directly measure the frequency from DSO, which is connected to the input. So here you can see it is 1.68 kilohertz. So that's my input frequency. So I have set the input amplitude. So this is there in 1 volt range. So I kept 5 volt peak to peak. The input amplitude is 5 volt peak to peak. My incoming frequency is 1.68 kilohertz. So you'll observe the output. So let us first verify whether the passband gain is 1.56 or not. So we need to have a gain of 1.56 because it's 1.6 kilohertz. So let us further reduce the frequency. So let me go to a frequency somewhere in the passband. This is around 500 hertz. You can see now the input amplitude has slightly reduced. Let us make it equal to, okay, it is there at 5 volt. Now let us also measure the output voltage. So output voltage is around 7 volts. So we can, of course, now we can see 7 by 5 volt happens to be close to 1.586. so that's, we can continue with this experiment, that is the passband gain is coming around 1.5. so we'll find next cutoff frequency. To find the cutoff frequency, so we can come down by 3 dB down from the passband gain. So instead of doing that, we will keep varying the frequency and observe the X via Lysage's figure. So as I increase the frequency of this one, so when we are just seeing that shape, the phase shift, we know that at cutoff frequency phase shift of the input and output signal will be 90 degree away. You can see now it is widening. Before we see that 90 degree phase shift, let us first identify the reference coincide that to the center. So this is coming out to the, okay, this is the center. Let me release the ground here. I can see it is not 90 degree phase shift. So when the input and output are away by 90 degree, we are going to get a perfect circle. Since the frequency is just only 1.92 kilohertz, which is there showing on this one, which is exactly so in the DSO also. In DSO we can see the frequency is coming out to be 1.92 kilohertz. So let me increase the frequency from 1.9 kilohertz. So since maximum we'll get is 2 kilohertz, let me go to 20 kilohertz range. Let me start from 2 kilohertz. As I'm increasing the frequency, you can see the phase shift is keep increasing, and we need to increase the frequency to find the cutoff frequency where it becomes a perfect circle. Even you can go for 0.5. Now 0.5 is going out of scale. We'll just keep it at 1 volt range, both of them. So you find out at what frequency it's a perfect circle. Now you can see it's a perfect circle. Let us find what the cutoff frequency of this one. The input frequency at which you will get a perfect circle, where exactly the input and output are away by 90 degree phase shift. We can exactly find the frequency from this DSO. Now even though we have designed it for 5 kilohertz, by using the values of R and C, it's coming out to be 4.8 kilohertz. You can see practically it is 4.75 kilohertz. That is the frequency of the cutoff frequency of that is 4.75 kilohertz. So our FC is known to be 4.75. You can just take one reading where I'm having FC as 4.75 kilohertz. So we can measure what is the output voltage. So to measure the output voltage, so let us again, you can see input voltage is there exactly at 5 volts. You can measure the output voltage. Output voltage is it's 4.6 now. So earlier whenever it was 500 Hertz, the output was 7 volt. I had the input voltage as 5 volt. Now in this reading also it is 5 volt input voltage. The output happens to be 4.6. This is 4.6. We can find the gain, which happens to be the passband gain. Which we are designed out to be 1.56. It's coming almost close to 1.5. We can find what is the gain here. So we can find the difference in gain of this and this. So this will be approximately equal to 3 dB. That will exactly get. So we are not exactly finding 3 dB down, but instead of we are finding the phase shift of 90 degree between the input and output, which corresponds to the carrier frequency. So with only these two readings we can easily find what is the cutoff frequency of this low pass filter, which is coming out to be 4.75 kilohertz. Now we have to find what is the roll off. So to find the roll off, we'll increase the frequency of the input signal from 4.75 kilohertz to 10 times of that, exactly 47.5. So you can see now the frequency has increased from 4.7 to 47 kilohertz. Now this is exactly the 10 times of FC. So I'm having 47 kilohertz as my input frequency. Before I measure the output voltage, let me fix the input voltage, whether if it has changed to other than 5 volt. Let me first adjust the input voltage as 5 volt. You can see it is exactly there as 5 volt. Now why it is still there as 5 volts? So in some of the signal generators it will come down. Now I have used a signal generator which has got the output impedance of just only 50 ohms. So it is always better when you are using a filter, whenever you are doing the filter experiment, it is better to use a signal generator which has got less output impedance. So you can have a signal generator with 600 ohm, which will reduce the output voltage of this signal generator, which will reduce the input voltage of your filter. So since I use 50 ohm signal generator, there is no variation in the input voltage. Now let us find, okay, this is my input voltage, exactly 5 volt. Let us next measure what is the output voltage. You can see now output voltage is reduced. Now output voltage happens to be somewhere around, it's around 3.4 volts. Sorry, 3.4 into 20 millivolt. So we are having the output voltage now when the frequency increased to 47 as 3.4 into 20 millivolt. You can see the ratio of 3.2 into 20 millivolt by 5 volt happens to be very small. Now the gain is very less. Now you can just find out what is G3 is. Now slope happens to be minus of G1 minus G3. So many dB per decade. So we can find out what is G1, we can know what is G2. So when we are finding G1, G2, let us convert this into dBs, 20 log of whatever the ratio will get. So that will theoretically comes out to be minus 40 dB per decade. Practically we may get it around 35 dB, 36 dB or 32 dB. So that's what is the practical roll off of the filter. So what we took is, we just took 3 readings, one in the passband which is there at 500 Hz. Why we took this 500 Hz as the passband? Since our cutoff frequency designed was 5 kHz, so since this is less than 5 kHz happens to be in the passband, we found the passband gain happens to be almost close to the design value of 1.56. Next we went to a input frequency where we are going to get a phase shift of 90 degree, which corresponds to a circle in X via A position of your CRO. So once you are through with this, we did measure the frequency from the DSO, because DSO makes, of course using this we can easily find the frequency. So that gave the actual cutoff frequency. Next, in order to find the roll off, we just went 10 times of FC and we ensured that the input voltage is 5 volt constant for each and every reading. So with this gain we can easily find what is the slope of the filter, which corresponds to the roll off, which comes out to be close to 40 dB. The calculation you can do, because we are having the readings 3.4 into 20 millivolt as your output. The input is 5 volt peak to peak. Now here also this is peak to peak. Whatever measurement we are doing, all are in terms of peak to peak. And of course, to the whatever we are having is we are just having one reading here, one over here, one somewhere here. Of course, with this you cannot plot a graph. To plot the graph, you take few more readings in this guard band and few readings in this pass band, so that we can easily plot a graph with these few more readings. The important readings are this reading in the pass band, this at the cutoff frequency, this at 10 times FC. So you just highlight these readings in your graph, which corresponds to FC, 10 times FC, and F in the pass band. So with these three we can exactly know what is the roll off and the cutoff frequency. You take few more readings in between here and few over here, which will give a smoothness to your graph. So by this way you can easily find out what is cutoff frequency and the roll off of the filter.